Hi guys, let's start part number 2 of test number 27 UPSC 2021 Prelims test series from Vision IAS. So let's start question number 41. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Ashtadhyayi. So Ashtadhyayi is a grammar book of the Sanskrit language. This is correct. In the 4th century BC, Panini systematized the rules governing Sanskrit and produced a grammar called the Ashtadhyayi. So statement 1 is correct. Number 2, Shurya Siddhanta is a book which describes the rules of war. This is incorrect. It does not describe the rule of war. So Surya Siddhanta is a book on astronomy. So it should be astronomy. Number 3. Brihad Samhita is an encyclopedia of astronomy. This is correct. So Brihad Samhita is a book by Varahamihira which stated that the moon rotates around the earth and the earth rotates around the sun. So it is a book or an encyclopedia of astronomy. So it is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option number C. That is 1 and 3 only. Now let's come to question number 42. The term Gomat of the Rig Vedic face refers to option A. Village headman. Incorrect. Option B. Superior breed of cows. Incorrect. Option C. Wealthy person. This is correct. So option C is the correct answer. Cattle were considered to be synonymous with wealth, and a wealthy person was called Gomat in the Rig Vedic phase. So option C is the correct answer. Now let's come to question number 43. With reference to the uses of gold nanoparticles or GNPs, consider the following statements. Statement 1. GNPs, that is the gold nanoparticles, can be used as a composite therapeutic agent in anti-cancer drugs. This is correct. Number 2, GNPs are useful in the electronics industry for the construction of a transistor. This is correct. Option number 3. Statement number 3. They can be used in the photovoltaic cell manufacturing industry. This is also correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option number D. That is 1, 2 and 3. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 44. The Sarda Act. So the Sarda Act of 1929 provided for option A. Legalization of widow remarriage. Incorrect. Option B. The participation of workers in the management of industries. Incorrect. Option C. Fixing the age of marriage for girls at 14 years. This is correct. So option C is the correct answer. Now let's come to question number 45. The recently launched Mega Science Vision MSV 2035 is an initiative of option A, the Ministry of Science and Technology. Incorrect. Option B, Niti Aayog. Incorrect. Option number C, Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. This is correct. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 46. Which of the following best describes autoimmune disease? Option A. It is a condition where a person has a reduced number of white blood cells. So this describes leukopenia. So option A is incorrect. Option B, it is a condition in which immune system mistakenly attacks healthy body tissue. This is correct. So this is the description of autoimmune disease. So option B is the correct answer. Option C, it is a condition in which white blood cells crowd out the red blood cells and platelets that a body needs to be healthy. This describes leukemia, which is a blood cancer. Then option D, it is a condition of reduction of the activation of the immune system. This is incorrect, and this describes immunosuppression. So option D is also incorrect. So option B is the correct answer. Now let's come to question number 47. Consider the following statements with reference to the intergovernmental science policy platform on biodiversity and ecosystem services, that is IPBES. Statement 1. It is an independent intergovernmental body established by states to strengthen the science policy interface for biodiversity and ecosystem services for the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity. This is correct. Statement 2. In India, India is its member since its inception in 2012. This is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 48. With reference to limited liability partnership, that is LLP, consider the following statements. Now let's come to statement 1. Under LLP structure, every partner is liable jointly with all the other partners for all acts of the firm done while he is a partner. This is incorrect. They are not liable for any of the acts which are done by the other partners. So statement 1 is incorrect. Under LLP, that is the limited liability partnership structure, no partner is liable on account of the independent or unauthorized acts of other partners, thus allowing individual partners to be shielded from joint liability created by another partner's wrongful acts or misconduct. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. LLP will have lesser flexibility as compared to a company regulated under Companies Act 2013. This is incorrect. It's saying that it will have lesser flexibility. It is incorrect. But it will have more flexibility. So it will have more flexibility. LLP will have more flexibility as compared to a company. So statement 2 is incorrect. Which of these statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Now let's come to question number 49. With reference to seismology, consider the following statements. Statement 1. A seismic gap is a section of a fault that produced earthquakes in the past but is in a dormant state presently. This is correct. Number 2. Benioff zone is a seismically active, so it is still active, underground sea within a subduction zone. This is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Now let's come to question number 50. Which of the following is or are the advantages of the use of hydrogen as a fuel? Statement 1. It has a higher energy density as compared to gasoline. This is correct. Hydrogen has the highest energy per mass of any fuel, almost 3 times more than diesel or gasoline. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2. It can be produced locally from coal, biomass or water. This is correct. Hydrogen can be produced locally from numerous sources like methane, gasoline, biomass, coal or water. So statement 2 is correct. Statement 3. It can be used as a direct fuel in internal combustion engines. This is correct. Hydrogen is used as an energy carrier directly in internal combustion engines and turbines in place of fossil fuels or as a blended mixture with fossil fuels. So statement 3 is also correct. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Question number 51. No native of India nor any natural born subject of His Majesty should be disabled from holding any place, office or employment by reason of his religion, place or birth, descent or color. This declaration was made under which of the following acts? Option A, Charter Act of 1833. This is correct. So option A is the correct answer. That is the Charter Act of 1833. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 52. Consider the following statements with reference to public listing of companies. Now let's come to the first statement. Statement 1. The initial public offer, that is IPO, listed. So in initial public offer, that is IPO, a listed company makes a fresh issue of shares. This is incorrect. It is not a listed company, but it is an unlisted company. So initial public offer or IPO, when an unlisted company makes either a fresh issue of shares or convertible securities or offers its existing shares or convertible securities for sale or both for the first time to the public, it is called an IPO. That is the initial public offer. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. SEBI, in consultation with the issuer, fixes the price of securities in an issue. This is incorrect. SEBI is not included. So SEBI does not play any role in price fixation. The issuer, in consultation with the merchant banker on the basis of market demand, decides the price. So statement 2 is incorrect. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 53. Consider the following statements with respect to socio-religious reform movements in the 19th century, that is from 1800 to 1899. Okay, now statement 1. Theosophical Society repudiated the beliefs of reincarnation and karma. So the Theosophical Society rejects the beliefs of reincarnation and karma. This is incorrect. They believe in reincarnation and karma. The Theosophical Society was founded in New York. So it was founded in New York City, USA in 1875. It accepted the Hindu beliefs in reincarnation and karma and drew inspiration from the philosophy of the Upanishads and Samkhya, Yoga, and Vedanta schools of thought. So, statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. Tilak campaigned to pass the age of consent bill which had raised the age of limit which had raised the age limit for marriage for girls from 10 to 12 years. This is incorrect. Tilak did not campaign and he was against the age of consent bill. So statement 2 is incorrect. The Parsi social reformer Behramji Malabari supported the Age of Consent Act 1891 to raise the age of a girl's eligibility for marriage. Tilak opposed the bill on the grounds that these bills, if passed, would amount to interference in the religious affairs of a group of Indians by a foreign government. So statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3. Dharma Sabha advocated for the abolition of practice of sati. This is incorrect. They did not advocate for the abolition of sati. So Radhakant Dev. So Radhakant Dev founded the Dharma Sabha in 1830. As an orthodox society, it stood for the preservation of the status quo in socio-religious matters, opposing even the abolition of sati. So Dharma Sabha, they advocated for they did not advocate for the abolition of sati. So statement 3 is incorrect. They did not. It should be not. Okay, now statement 4. The foundation of Prarthana Samaj preceded the foundation of Arya Samaj. This is correct. Prarthana Samaj was founded in 1867 in Bombay by Dr. Atmaram Pandurang. So it was founded in 1867 in Bombay by Dr. Atmaram Pandurang. Then the Arya Samaj was founded by Maharishi Dayanand Saraswati in April 1875. So Prarthana Samaj was first formed, then after that Arya Samaj came. So statement 4 is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, that is 4 only. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 54. Consider the following statements with reference to qualified foreign investors, that is QFIs. Statement 1. QFIs are not allowed to make investments in government securities and T-bills. This is incorrect. They are allowed to invest in government securities and T-bills and commercial papers. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. The total shareholding by a QFI, that is the qualified foreign investors, cannot exceed 5% of the paid up equity capital of any company at any point of time. This is correct. So it cannot exceed 5%. This is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, that is 2 only. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 55. Which of the following could be an implication of K-shaped economic recovery? So option A, it could lead to drastic increase in economic output. This is incorrect. Option B, it could result in recurring drag on demand. This is correct. So option B is the correct answer. Households at the bottom have experienced a permanent loss of income in the forms of jobs and wage cuts during the COVID-19. So this will be a recurring drag on demand if the labor market does not heal faster. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 56. Consider the following statements with reference to peer-to-peer, that is P2P lending. Number 1. Peer-to-peer or P2P lending enables individuals to raise unsecured loans directly from other individuals. This is correct. It is a form of crowdfunding used to raise unsecured loans which are repaid with interest. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2. P2P lending platforms are not allowed in India. This is incorrect. They are allowed in India. So they are allowed in India. RBI issued a notification in 2017. It enabled P2P entities as non-banking financial company, that is NBFC. However, an existing NBFC will not be able to operate as an NBFC P2P. So statement 2 is incorrect. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option A, that is 1 only. Now let's come to next question. That is question number 57. Which of the following climatic conditions is or are unfavorable? So it is asking for unfavorable, not in favor of, for the development of air masses. So which of the following climatic conditions will not help in the development of air masses? Statement 1. Variations in temperature and humidity over large surface areas. This is correct. This will not help in the development of air masses. So air mass is a large volume of air in the atmosphere that is mostly uniform in temperature and moisture. Air masses form over large surfaces with uniform temperature and humidity called source regions. So variations in temperature and humidity over large surface areas will not favor the development of air masses. So this is correct. This point will not favor the development of air masses. Number 2, very low wind for the air to remain stationary. This is incorrect because this point, this statement number 2, it will favor the development of air masses. Low wind spells let air remain stationary long enough to take on the features of the source region such as heat or cold. Statement 3. Presence of consistent high pressure or low pressure over the source region. This is correct. This is incorrect. Okay, this is incorrect because this will favor the formation of air masses, but the question is asking for which will not favor. So number 3 is incorrect because it will favor the formation of air masses. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, that is 1 only. Now let's come to question number 58. Consider the following statements in context of Din-e-Ilahi promulgated by Akbar. Now let's come to first statement. There were no places of worship and no rituals except the initiation. This is correct. Statement 2. It believed in the supremacy of religious scriptures. This is incorrect. They did not believe in the supremacy of religious scriptures. Except the initiation ceremony, there were no rituals, no places of worships, no religious books, and no priest. So statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3. Only those approved by emperor were allowed to join as a member. This is correct. Those who are willing to join and were approved by emperor were allowed to become members. So statement 3 is correct. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. Now let's come to question number 59. Consider the following statements. Now let's come to the first statement. Number 1. It is a migratory bird species native to East Asia. Number 2. In this species, males are more colorful than females. Number 3. It rarely visits India as it does not fall in the usual migratory route of the species. The above statements refer to which of the following bird species? Option A, Siberian cranes. This is incorrect. Option B, greater flamingo. Incorrect. Option C, mandarin duck. This is correct. So option C is the correct answer. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 60. Recently, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, has kept the amount of trans fatty acids, that is TFA, trans fatty acids in oils and fats. In this context, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The FSSAI has kept the amount of trans fatty acids, that is TFAs, in oils and fats to 10% for 2022. This is incorrect. It should be 2% and not 10%. So it should be 2%. 2%. So FSSAI has kept the amount of trans fatty acids, that is TFA, in oils and fats to 3% for 2021 and 2% for 2022 from the current permissible limit of 5% through an amendment to the Food Safety and Standards Prohibition and Restriction on Sales Regulation. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. World Health Organization, that is WHO, recommends that total TFA intake be limited to less than 5%. So it recommends that total TFA intake be limited to less than 5% of total energy intake in a day. This is incorrect. It is not limited to less than 5%. So this is incorrect. WHO recommends that total TFA intake be limited to, it should be less than 1% and not 5%. So less than 1% of total energy intake in a day. So statement 2 is incorrect. Which of these statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Question number 61. With reference to iron ore policy 2021, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The policy aims to provide total logistics support to the steel industry to meet the competitive challenges. This is correct. Number 2. As per the new policy, higher priority will be given to the movement of iron ore traffic for domestic manufacturing activity. This is correct. Number 3. The new Iron Ore Policy 2021 is issued by the Ministry of Railways. This is correct. The Ministry of Railways has issued and approved a new iron ore policy governing the allocation of racks and transportation of iron ore. This new policy has been named Iron Ore Policy 2021 and shall come into effect from February 10, February 10, 2021. So, which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Now let's come to question number 62. With reference to edible oils, consider the following statements. Let's come to statement 1. Of imported edible oils, the share of mustard oil constitutes more than 50%. This is incorrect. Of imported edible oils, the share of palm oil is about 60%, followed by soybean oil with a share of 25% and sunflower with 12%. So the maximum share will go to palm oil and not to mustard oil. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. Export of edible oil has been completely banned to ensure the availability of edible oil in the country. This is incorrect. It is not completely banned. So at present, the export of all varieties of edible oils is free except mustard oil. Export of mustard oil in branded consumers packs of up to 5 kgs is permitted with a minimum export price of USD 900 per metric ton. So statement 2 is incorrect. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 63. So question number 63. Sea grasses are often called foundation plant species. So they are called foundation plant species or ecosystem engineers because they modify their environments to create unique habitats. In this context, consider the following statements regarding the sea grasses. Now let's come to the first statement, that is, sea grasses are a type of seaweed. This is incorrect. No, sea grasses, they are completely different from seaweed. Seagrass belong to a group of plants called monocotyledons that include grasses, lilies and palms, while seaweeds, they are much simpler organisms. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. They do not require sunlight for growth. This is incorrect. They require sunlight. They depend on light for photosynthesis. They are most commonly found in shallow depths where light levels are high. So statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3. The largest seagrass bed in the country is in the Gulf of Khambat. This is incorrect. It is not there in the Gulf of Khambat. The largest seagrass bed in the country is in the Gulf of Mannar and Palk Bay. So statement 3 is incorrect. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is none. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 64. Consider the following statements with respect to Bhakti movement in Maharashtra. Statement 1. The Bhakti cult in Maharashtra centered around the shrine of Vithoba or Vitthal, the presiding deity of Pandharpur. So it is the presiding deity of Pandharpur. So statement 1 is correct. Vithoba or Vitthal was regarded as a manifestation of Sri Krishna. This movement is also known as the Pandharpur movement. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2. Their compositions were called Abhangas. This is correct. And Abhanga means unending, and they are the devotional poems sung in praise of the god Vithoba. So statement 2 is correct. Statement 3. Tukaram was contemporary of Shivaji and was part of the Varkari devotionalism tradition. This is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Now let's come to next question, that is question number 65. Consider the following pairs of recent Supreme Court cases and their verdicts. So on one side we have the cases, and this will be versus Union of India, and these cases are related to, this will be on the right side. So now the first one, number 1, we have Navtej Singh Johar. So Navtej Singh Johar versus Union of India. So this case is related to decriminalization of homosexuality. This is correct. So it strikes off parts of section 377 of the Indian Penal Code or IPC, which were held violative of fundamental rights of LGBTQ community. So pair number 1 is correct. Now let's come to number 2. We have Anuradha Bhasin. So Anuradha Bhasin versus Union of India case. So this case is related to freedom of trade and commerce through the medium of the internet. This is correct. So it directed that the freedom of speech and expression and also freedom of trade and commerce through the medium of the internet are constitutionally protected rights under Article 19 Clause 1, Clause A and Article 19, Clause 1, Clause G respectively. So pair number 2 is correct. Now let's come to pair number 3. We have Prithviraj Chauhan versus Union of India, and this case is related to ex post facto environmental clearance, that is EC. This is incorrect. So this Prithviraj Chauhan versus Union of India case. So this case is related to the Supreme Court on February 10. So on February 10, 2020 upheld the constitutional validity of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Act of 2018, which was enacted to nullify the effects of the March 2018 judgment of the Supreme Court, which had diluted the provisions of this act, that is the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Amendment Act of 2018. So the pair number 3, they are incorrectly matched. And now the Common Course versus Union of India. So this is the case which dealt with ex post facto environmental clearance. So pair number 3 is incorrectly matched. Which of the pairs given above is or are correctly matched? The correct answer is option A, that is 1 and 2 only.